Welcome back. Let us see how carbon credits actually work. Every time, when we are driving a car, powering a factory or an industry, flying or traveling in a plane, carbon dioxide is released into our atmosphere. These carbon emissions contribute to climate change, impacting our planet in significant ways. But what if there was a way to balance those emissions, to offset the carbon we produce? That is where carbon credits come in. Imagine a system where projects that reduce or remove greenhouse gas emissions, such as planting trees or being a part of a plantation drive, investing heavily in renewable energy such as windmill, capturing harmful and hazardous gases such as methane, are given a measurable credit for each ton of carbon they save or store. These carbon credits can then be purchased by individuals or organizations to compensate for their own emissions, creating a powerful incentive for positive environmental action and helping us all move towards a more sustainable future. Carbon credits. Balancing our impact, 1 ton at a time. Before we proceed further, let us briefly recall what a carbon credit actually is. Think of a carbon credit like a certificate. Each one proves that 1 ton of CO2 was reduced or removed from the air. Think of it as a receipt proving that somewhere, emissions were cut. If I really want to make this easy for you, 1 carbon credit is equal to 1 ton CO2. The best example of this is that you plant a tree that will undoubtedly absorb CO2. The more you do this, the more credits get issued. It's great, isn't it? So now, I'll give you a breakdown of how carbon credits are actually created. It is very important to note that credits are generated by projects that fight climate change. Some of the famous projects undertaken by governments all over the world are like reforestation, renewable energy, or capturing methane from landfills. Independent organizations measure and verify the impact before credits are issued. This ensures that every credit you support represents a real, transparent, and lasting victory for our environment. So, you might be wondering, when we talk about these concepts, how exactly do they actually function and play out in real, everyday practice? In order to balance out the pollution they produce, companies, or even individuals, purchase carbon credits that help offset their own emissions through environmental projects. For example, if a business is responsible for releasing as much as 10,000 tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere each year, that's a huge footprint that needs to be addressed. To balance out part of its impact, that same business might go ahead and purchase around 2,000 carbon credits. By doing so, the company is able to reduce its overall impact, effectively bringing its net carbon footprint down to about 8,000 tons. It is important to note that there are 2 types of carbon markets shaping our world today: compliance and voluntary. Here's how they differ. In compliance markets, governments set emission limits, and companies use credits to meet legal targets. Companies that emit greenhouse gases must stay within these caps. If they go over, they need to buy carbon credits from others who have reduced emissions below their limit. This creates a regulated system where credits act like permits, ensuring businesses meet legal climate targets while encouraging cleaner practices. What if companies choose to go green, just because they care? That's the voluntary carbon market. In voluntary carbon markets, businesses and individuals buy credits not because they have to, but because they want to take responsibility for their impact on the planet. So, why do carbon credits matter for all of us? It is all about giving back to the planet we borrow from. Carbon credits make polluters pay and innovators thrive. It's like charging rent for dirty air and rewarding those who clean it up. They channel money into greener climate solutions, encourage accountability, and help bridge the gap while we transition to cleaner practices. Carbon credits sound simple, but are they really solving pollution, or just creating confusion? Carbon credits aren't a magic fix. Some see them as greenwashing instead of real cuts. Greenwashing is when companies look green, like buying credits, but don't truly cut emissions. Carbon credits only deserve a thumbs up when they're transparent and verified, no fake green points allowed. And now, as we wrap up, here's your call to action: simple, clear, and powerful. Carbon credits are not a license to pollute, they're a tool to balance the scales. By supporting verified projects and reducing our own footprint, we can all play a part in building a greener future. Key choice is ours. Act today, and together we can rewrite tomorrow. A tomorrow where families breathe cleaner air, communities thrive in balance with nature, and future generations can cherish the beauty of a greener world. Thanks for watching. Got thoughts, questions, or myths to bust? Leave your comments, I'd love to hear them.